close your eyes.
Hey everyone, it's Mel. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you how to float to the top of your mat in a lot of vinyasa yoga classes. This is something that you will do at the end of your flow to start again at the top. A lot of people might have some issues with this, whether they have weak upper bodies, not strong enough core, or even having inflexible hamstrings. So it's just kind of hard all around. So I'm going to teach you a few techniques that you can practice to get better at this. So let's go ahead and get started in downward facing dog. This is the pose of all poses that's going to help you with a lot of other poses. So first, let's just pedal the heels. It helps a lot if your shoulders are open as well as your hamstrings. Let's just take 3 spinal waves going forward and back. So you're rounding like cat pose as you come forward almost to a high plank. And then you're arching like cow pose to go back to down dog. Last time. Nice. Okay, so first we want our upper body to be strong. So we're going to take a little mini walk to the top of the mat. Push through your shoulders. Open up your fingers as wide as you can. Okay, this is already feeling like such a shoulder workout, but that's exactly what you need to be able to float. So let's just circle out the wrists. Take Padahastasana, placing your feet on your wrists just to warm them up a little bit. Balancing. Nice. Massaging your wrists with your big toes. And of course, getting a very deep stretch into your hamstrings. Yes. Okay, we're going to grab the blocks. Next exercise we're going to do is toe taps, or wrist taps, shall I say, with the blocks. So we're going to keep the leg as straight as possible. Inhale, right leg to the sky, hips are square. And then from here, tippy toes on the left side. And you're swinging this toe all the way to touch your wrist. If you can't quite get there, that's fine. You can just tap the block. But what we're trying to do is suck in the core as much as you can, because that's going to create very strong abdominal muscles. When you're floating, you're really compacting your body. And yeah, this is going to help you a lot. So let's just do both sides since we're here. Left side, flexing the foot a lot, squaring the hips like crazy, and tap. Every time you tap, keep pulling in the belly button. Nice. Let's do one more. Nice. All right. Woo. Okay. Got to even out both sides. Hopefully your mat at home isn't as slippery as mine. This is my outdoor mat, so I just kind of keep it out here. Anyways, that is drill number 2. Now, let's get into the third drill. Okay, next drill, we are going to be doing mini presses all the way to the top of the mat. So, you're going to come to the back of the mat. You're placing your fingers or your hands right in front of you. You can have a slight bend in your knees if you don't have the flexibility in the hamstrings yet, but we are trying to press and then tap the wrists with the feet. So you're going front and back. You can do one toe at a time or do both. You don't technically have to flex your feet so much to tap the wrist, but it's really amazing at getting those deep abdominal muscles that you need to do a strong float. So you can practice one at a time, tap, tap, do the opposite first, or just place and do a mini press. This is also, of course, a drill for when you want to actually do a press handstand, which looks like this. Okay, next thing I'm going to show you, because we all need to have safe wrists, taking your wrists behind your knees and sitting in Malasana while opening and closing your palms. This is just good for having a nice compression on your wrists to ultimately decompress them. So this is a favorite one of mine. Just feels really good. I like to move up and down the forearms because the wrist, of course, is attached to the forearms. So the forearms can be pretty tight from all of the weight into our hands. So let's go to downward facing dog. After those 3 exercises, of course, please pause the video and practice them a few times. But we're getting into my next tip, which is to lose the fear of falling or going too far over. You want to always cartwheel out instead of back bend over, because that can be more dangerous. You have to practice which side you're gonna cartwheel, just so you can have a feeling if you were to go super powerful over and, you know, yeah, it might get bad, or you might hit someone in a yoga class. It's good to learn how to do a mini cartwheel out. So that looks like this. So I'm in downward facing dog. I'm doing the tippy toes, we're bending the knees, I'm floating, and whoa! So then I cartwheeled out. I always cartwheel out towards the right. So that means I'm always going to come out this way, keeping my hands down, and I just kind of come down to a little ball. Hopefully no one is right next to me in class. Usually there's like a little bit of a gap to where you won't hit anyone. So with that being said, practice cartwheeling out, because then you won't be afraid to be too powerful. Okay, on to actually doing the thing, which is floating to the top of the mat. So we're coming to our downward facing dog. Open up the hands wide. Fingertips are facing forward. Bend your knuckles. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees and float. Nice. Let's do that again. You can always try to slightly open up your feet to help get your hips over. If you have the space, you can try to do a straddle like so, or even all the way up to, I'm gonna try that again, to a handstand. This takes practice, so you have to keep practicing, right? You can't get better at something if you don't practice it enough. If the teacher says, meet me at the front of the mat, let's go to chair pose, I always like to bend my knees when I'm floating to kind of like get into like this little ball, so I can land right into the chair pose. So let me show you what that looks like. Inhale, tippy toes, exhale. Here I am, chair pose. Nice. Show you again. This way. I'm trying to get my hips over my shoulders first, and then I'm bending my knees. And then here I am in chair pose. Woo. Oh yes, that felt really good. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this very quick demonstration of how to float to the top of your mat. And I hope that you take my little drills home with you to practice. And yeah, make sure to comment below if this helped. And if you want more tutorials like this, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. Mwah.